We're Gaed Fáilte Rove and Sean Acht, Park na Lú Classy in armagh-gaa. So you're all very welcome here to tonight's match in the athletic grounds. We're live with Telefish armagh-gaa, Armagh TV, Linwood's Armagh TV for this ding-dong semi-final between Crossmaglen Rangers and St Patrick's Cullyhanna. Damien, what's your tips for the night?
Well, my tips are it's too close to call. I see Crossmaglen have changes in relation to the programme, but these are the exact same changes that they had in the quarter-final. So Crossmaglen line out as they played in the quarter-final again, Armagh Harps, so it doesn't strengthen them, it doesn't weaken them. It's still the same team. And of course, St Pat's have one change with Kieran Hoey coming in for Barry McConville. And we thought there was action last night in Las Vegas, but the action this evening here in the Ecclesiastic fantastical capital will be between these two heavyweights from South Armagh, and this is the heavyweights. This isn't lightweights or featherweights or strawweights or anything like that, Barra. This is the real deal here. This is the game that everybody has been waiting on. This is the game that everybody wanted here this afternoon, and we're getting very, very close to throw in.
Okay, yeah, of course. And both semi-finals were recently, where St Patrick's Cullyhanna overcame Silverbridge Harps in Crossmaglen. Hard to get a good reading of where exactly Cullyhanna were at in that game, and Crossmaglen powered the victory over Armagh Harps here a fortnight ago with a superb performance, particularly from Rian O'Neill at full forward. So a couple of players to look out for tonight. Certainly from St Patrick's Cullyhanna going forward, they've got Aidan Nugent and Jason Duffy in the full forward line, both score getters in chief. They've got to expect Ross McQuillan to be bursting forward from the back. They've got Kieran McKeever at full back, who takes some stopping, and the midfield duo of Shane Conlon and Pierce Casey will be what Cullyhanna will be hoping will be a match for Stephen Morris and Oisin O'Neill, the twin towers at midfield for Crossmaglen. Rian O'Neill and Paddy Studdard are the speedsters in attack, and expect to see Kyle Carher and Mickey McNamee getting on the ball as much as possible. Interestingly, Rico Kelly in probably at full back for Aidan Rush, and should be a great game, Damien. So yeah, we're gonna take a break here for Oran the Vein, which is going to be sang by Cullyhanna woman Aisling Banny-Gribben.
To remember the late Tom Marta of Mullaban, father of Joe Marta as Stewart at club, county, provincial and national level, and father-in-law of our referee Paddy Hughes. Yesh Lav J Goro Anam Ursel. Banagin were shelter of Carja for Hanya Oran Nash Maharan, Oran the Vian, or Nicole doing enough, Ashley Banny-Gribben, O Club near Patrick Cullyhanna.
And here we go, Damien. Nothing whets the appetite like a local derby, and of course Crossmaglen Rangers, with so much silverware and so many county titles down through their illustrious history. Cullyhanna, an illustrious enough history of their own, but they've never won the senior. Damien, they believe this is their year. And
they're coming in on the radar. You know, there's a lot of people outside saying, you know, this could be Cullyhanna's year, and there's equally as many saying it's going to be Crossmaglen again. So I don't know, we're only in the semi-final stage here, and I'm sure Ballymacnab will have something to say about this in the final, that's for sure. But I can tell you, you know, everybody's waiting on this one, Barra, and let's just see how it unfolds.
Well, let's hope it's a ding-dong, Damien. Let's hope that both teams play to their potential and we're treated to a real match here. So referee Kevin Falloon just getting ready to throw the ball in. He's checking that all his officials are ready, that goalkeepers are ready. There's 15 men on each side. He's telling people to get back behind the 45-metre line. He's checking his watch. The ball's in the air. And it's Stephen Morris who got his hands on it initially, but it's Shane Conlon coming away with it from Cullyhanna, and he gives it out to Ross McQuillan. So expect to see Ross McQuillan bursting forward at speed. He's going to take on Aaron Kiernan. People in Cullyhanna believe, people from Cullyhanna believe he'll have the legs for Aaron Kiernan. He done well to get away, but the last ball in just didn't find its target. That's what we're going to see from Ross McQuillan all day.
Well, only he slipped there.
Bursts.
Only he slipped there, Barra. He could have been in for a goal, because I think he was just thinking, I'm going for a goal here, and he just slipped at the last moment, slid the ball across and crossed, defended that one, and their player got injured there. But Ross McQuillan, he got on the Irish team of the under-20s this year, and he's an absolute flying wing back. So
he is indeed. He went on a big run in the semi-final against Silverbridge, and people from Silverbridge saying he'll not get that, he'll not get away with that again. Cross, he showed it in the first 30 seconds. Here's another man capable of going on a big burst. It's Oisin O'Neill, and he tries a fist pass into Kyle Cearher. Beautiful fist pass back to O'Neill. O'Neill shoots right-footed. He tries to draw it back in. He did draw it back in slightly, but a first wide, and that's a wide for Crossmaglen with Oisin O'Neill. So expect to see Oisin O'Neill powering forward, Damien, at every opportunity here. Yeah,
and we did see in the first match the effect the wind was having in these bottom goals here. You know, the way the wind was going to the right or the left, and the players trying to judge the wind, and it has a big factor.
Without a doubt. Here's the ball kicked out. It's chipped out. Ooh, full stretch there for Pierce Casey, but he managed to take it. He sidestepped Oisin O'Neill very, very easily there. Ball's given on to Mickey Murray, the wing back, and back to Pierce Casey. Casey tries to power through two men. He's held up ever so slightly. It's Mal Mackin on the ball. All the experience of Mal Mackin. He's being boxed in a wee bit, and the referee's given a throw ball. He thinks that it was thrown behind it. The free in is being pumped in by Johnny Hanratty. He's looking for Rian O'Neill. Look at those for hands off Rian O'Neill, and he shows the strength to get away from Kieran McKeever. He's going to shoot left-footed, and nice as you like, he puts it over the bar. Now, Damien, if that's how easy Rian O'Neill can win his own ball, get away from the full back, put it over the bar, Cullyhanna could be in trouble there.
Well, he caught that ball with two players around him. He went past them and just put it over with ease, and there's no doubt about it. O'Neill is one of the go-to players in this Crossmaglen team in the forward line, and Cross will be looking for him. The referee here, I have to say, he doesn't mess about here. If you're going to get a free, you're going to have to earn your free here.
That's right.
And he also, if you overcarry the ball, you know the way people are expecting to be overcaught for overcarrying the ball, he just lets them go on at that. So the referee, you know, the right referee for this game, that's for sure. So
without a doubt,
looking forward. But the crossman is under serious pressure here, and the physio is talking now to some of them there, but seems to be a wee bit of bother.
Without a doubt. And Damien, it'd be worth keeping an eye early on in this game on how Kieran McKeever chooses to mark Rian O'Neill. We know Kieran likes to play full back in and around his position. He likes to hold his position, where Rian might fancy making diagonal runs. He might fancy moving anywhere inside the 21. It mightn't just suit Kieran's style of marking, so it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out.
It looks as if Farley's going to be coming off here, and
Smiley,
or Smiley, is it Aaron Smiley?
It's Aaron Smiley.
So they're going to be bringing Aaron out, and they're going to be bringing in
James Morgan.
Well,
what a sub. That's not going to make them any weaker.
No, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not. It's hard luck to see young Smiley going off there and James Morgan coming in from. So, you know.
Yeah, well, here's James Morgan, deemed unfit to start the game, but he's in after 3 minutes.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting tussle as well. But you're right about Kieran McKeever and O'Neill. They cannot give O'Neill space, that's for sure.
There's a kick out. Dealt with all right. It's young O'Rourke. Francis O'Rourke gives it to Mickey Murray. Now Mickey Murray can shift. He takes them forward 20 metres, and Oisin O'Neill has to sort of pull at him. Mickey Murray he doesn't get it up first time. He gets it up second time. He's under pressure from Aaron Kiernan. Referee, as you said, happy to let it go. Referee's still happy to let it go. The ball's there to be picked up again. Now there's surely a wrestling move there, Damien.
Well, that's what I say. You know, this referee, he allows us to go on, you know, as long as it's within the rules, and that's what we want to see. We don't want to see the whistle be blown.
No.
You know?
Yeah. So Aaron Kiernan assessing his options here. He's got Rico Kelly through the middle of the field, unmarked. He's being faced up here by Francis O'Rourke. Ball slipped forward, and it's Mickey McNamee. He finds a runner through the middle. It's Garvin Carher, not renowned for his shooting ability. He'd done his best to get it played out. Referee wasn't going to blow there either, Damien. There was 2 or 3 men tackling, but here they come. Shea Hui can move at speed, and he gives it again to McQuillan. So McQuillan feeds it on to Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent gets a turn on Rico Kelly, tries to get it up. He gets it up second time. He takes a heavy hit. He shoots and puts it over the bar.
A super score there from Aidan Nugent, and of course a super footballer is Aidan Nugent, well fit to get scores like that, and they'll be looking for him to do that all the time.
Yeah, and people would say a confidence player, Damien. You know, if he gets his first one, he'll score another 5 or 6 after it. Goal kicked out and straight to Cullyhanna, man. But nerves there from Conor Nugent. He soloed it ahead of himself and gave ball away. This is the ball that I'm talking about, making Kieran McKeever run after Rian O'Neill out of his comfort zone. Kyle Carr's running at his man here. He's being pulled back. He shoots and shoots it over the bar.
Well, again, we've seen Kyle Carr do that in the last match as well. You know, again, a go-to player for Crossmaglen, loads of experience, and knew exactly what he was doing there. So, what can you say about it?
Yeah, so far so good. Tight game so far. 2-1 to. It says 2-1 to Cullyhanna on the board, but it's 2-1 to Crossmaglen. Here's a kick out. Poor kick out by the goalkeeper. Kicks it straight to Paddy Studdard. Johnny McKeever telegraphed there. Totally telegraphed. Mickey Murray coming away. He could have carried it on a wee bit. Ross McQuillan faced up by Aaron Kiernan. He gives it to Mickey Murray, who had continued his run. Mickey is pulled back, but he's fed out to the left-footed Kieran Huey, and Kieran Huey strikes a great point. Massive point there from Kieran Huey, but great tenacity by Mickey Murray, who ran the full length of the field there, Damien.
A super score again. McQuillan started that move here, but we just can't take a look at that for a catch in the middle of the field.
Well, there was two things about that: a perfect kick, picked Oisin O'Neill out, and a perfect catch. Now, Oisin shot under extreme pressure from Pierce Casey. It could be suggested that another referee might have given him a free in there, Damien, but I mean, no harm that this referee's letting things go. Well,
as I said, Barra, if you're going to get a free from this referee, you're going to earn it. You're going to earn it, that's for sure.
Well, so far we've seen with the kickouts. Let me see our stats here. There've been a couple of possessions scored. So from Crossmaglen kickouts, Crossmaglen have won 1 and lost 2 of their own. Here's the Cullyhanna kick out. It's kicked out, and Mal Mackin's going to win this one. An excellent kick out there. Certainly suits the Cullyhanna goalkeeper to be kicking it to the wings as opposed to down the middle, where the last time Ross McQuillan's over here on his own. Nobody near him. Aaron Kiernan taking the sensible move, Damien, of standing 10 yards at him, letting him run at him instead of getting touch tight and getting turned. So ball into Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent bends. Rico gets a tackle in. Shane Conlon has it and lost it, and it's hoofed clear. It's into Stephen Morris. Morris turns, kicks it with the outside of the boot. He's looking for Mickey McNamee. Mickey McNamee's going to have all his speed tested here and just can't make it. So it's Francis O'Rourke, the cornerback, who's going to take a sideline ball right down in the corner. He tries to kick it over Declan Studdard's head, but doesn't get it over his head. There's advantage being played. It's Rian O'Neill. He's got a runner on the far side. It's Johnny McKeever. Will he have better luck with his second shot? He will indeed. Johnny McKeever, who scored 1-2 in the semi-final, gets his first score off his second shot. His first shot was blocked down, so he's got his first score of the night to make it Cross Rangers 3, Cullyhanna 2. We've 8.5 minutes gone.
Well, there's no doubt both teams have upped the ante here. Both teams have ratcheted up, and the game has started at a lightning pace. There's no question about it. 3-2, and the way the game is going here, you just can't take your eye of it.
No, that's it. Declan McCartan was looking for a kick out. Cross pushed everybody up, and the referee's not impressed. He's going to hop the ball on the 21-metre line. That'll frustrate the life out of the Cullyhanna players and management. I would imagine he should have got it kicked out quicker.
Well, he probably could have let him take another couple of seconds, that's for sure.
But Cullyhanna able to take it out through Kieran McKeever. He feeds it out here to the cornerback, and cornerback kicks it down to Mal Mackin. Mal Mackin being marked up by Garvin Carher. Garvin, a big strong fella. And Rian tries to side foot one over the bar. An expert kick.
That was just
Oisin O'Neill, actually.
A superb score from O'Neill, the outside of the foot and under serious pressure, and he knew as soon as that left his foot that ball was over the bar.
Well, he spied a gap and he stepped into it and he kicked it straight off the laces over the bar, and it's an unbelievable difficult technique to pull off, and when you pull it off in the semi-final of a senior championship, it's all the better, you know. But a big kick out again. Crossmaglen man got his hands in it, but it broke down to James Morgan. James Morgan was all over the back of Ross McQuillan there.
There's a man down injured, Crossmaglen man injured down here on the left-hand side as well, the top left-hand side of your screen. But Barry, there's no question about it. Both teams have ratcheted this up a wee bit, and as the game goes on, it has gone up a little bit higher and higher.
Yeah, well, listen, both managers will be a bit concerned with some of the kickouts. The Cullyhanna kickouts. He's hanging them up there a lot, and it's leading to inevitable break ball. Instead of maybe trying to create a bit of space and the man running into like he was earlier in the game. And again, Jimmy McAvoy in the Crossmaglen goal. He's hit Oisin O'Neill with a long raking pass. He's got the wind, remember, but some of his shorter ones just have gone a wee bit awry. So it's Rian O'Neill going to take this free from outside the 45. He strikes it well, and he strikes it over the bar.
Well, of course, and in relation to the first match, we seen that the players kicking from that distance there, where the ball was going slightly to the right because they weren't allowing for the breeze. The way the breeze was coming, the breeze is blowing to the right hand side. So Crossmaglen have definitely settled here, 5-2.
That's right, and not to forget that Crossmaglen are playing with a substantial breeze down the pitch, and it's a sideline ball to Crossmaglen, taken by Stephen Morris. Played back here to Paul Hughes. Paul Hughes plays it in left-footed. Tried to play it into Rian O'Neill, just couldn't get it over the head of centre back Kieran McCooey there. So it's Jason Duffy on the ball for the first time, I think. Jason Duffy plays it into Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent's got it and gives it back here to McCooey. Kieran McCooey. He overcarried it, surely. He gives it to Kieran Hui, and there's a chance here. It's Aidan Nugent shoots,
oh, goal!
And it's a goal! And Damien, we talked about the danger posed by Aidan Nugent. He's been winning the ball out in front of his man. He goes to tell Rico Kelly what he thinks of him. I'd imagine Rico Kelly's been telling him for the first. He's no good and trying to get in his head, but he's got a goal and a point after 11 minutes, Damien.
And if you look up here and replay again, he picked a spot, he knew exactly what was going, and he knew it was in the back of the net before it left his boot.
Well, anywhere else in the goal, and that's saved, Damien. He put it in off the post, and that's a cracking effort.
Well, that has just put the cat among the pigeons here in the 12th minute of the game, no question about that.
And there's a break ball won by Crossmaglen. Look at Aaron Kiernan sprinting to get back, sprinting to try and get a hand on Ross McQuillan. Ross McQuillan stops and starts again. He's up inside the 14. He has to kick it back out. James Morgan pushes shoulders Jason Duffy out over the line. Good strength there from James Morgan. Paul Hughes coming out. Crossmaglen gonna turn it up again. Look at Johnny Hannerty, used all his experience there to win the ball. He's going to come under pressure if he doesn't kick it very soon, and he kicks it very soon. It's Mickey Mack. He shoots left-footed. What a replay from Crossmaglen. Damien, straight down the field, straight over the bar, and this is what people want. This is what people have paid in for.
Yeah, and this place is absolutely bouncing. It's packed here this afternoon, and that's what we're looking for. No question about it. The game has definitely stepped up again from earlier on. So 13 minutes of brilliant championship football. 6
points to 1-2 after 13 minutes. Pierce Casey rises highest to win that ball, and great hands. He looks for an early kick. He's got Ross McQuillan in front of him. He kicks it over his head, and Aidan Nugent in all sorts of space here. Kieran Hui on the ball now.
Give that ball away. That was
it's just telegraphed. It's where you can see in your head what you want to do, a couple of moves ahead, but everyone else in the field can see what it is as well.
There's a pull down here. The referee has spotted a little tug down here. So Kieran McKeever holding there.
Yeah, and look at this. This is what Cullyhanna won't want either. Kieran McKeever, he's caught between a rock and a hard place, because if he lets Rian O'Neill away from him, Rian O'Neill's going to run riot, and he's got to try and keep him in close to him. So he's obviously caught a hold of him there, and the referee's given him a 21-metre free. So a goal a minute ago to put them level. They're now 2 points down. So a third for Rian O'Neill.
2 frees and one from play, and again Crossmaglen, they just ratcheted it up a little bit there. Cullyhanna probably need to maybe just settle themselves a little bit. They were going really, really well here after that goal, but there's no question about it. But the breeze, Barry, with this breeze, Crossmaglen want to be going in 4 or 5 points ahead at half time.
Well, that's what I'm thinking here. Cullyhanna, on the other hand, need to make sure they stick with Crossmaglen in this half. They need to keep chipping away at the points, and when they win at half time, coming out with the wind in the second half. Good strength from Kieran Hui there, held off Big Farley, and he's caught after the ball. The referee says no. I don't know what the referee's saying no for, Damien. Kieran Hui's still down. Garvin Carher plays it down the line. Well in by the cornerback, Francis O'Rourke there. He gets it to Mickey Murray. Mickey Murray gets it to Conor Nugent. Conor Nugent does better this time and gives it A wide ball out here to Shehui, who's a rocket when he gets going. If he can stretch these legs, he gives it to Jason Duffy, and Jason Duffy shoots speculatively and spectacularly over the bar. A great score there for Jason Duffy, his first.
And Duffy's not a bad full forward, Barry, and he can do the business, and he just done it there, so good score.
It's back to a point, ball kicked out, and Oisin O'Neill in possession. So Oisin under all sorts of pressure over there from the midfielder. So Jason Duffy working hard here as well. It's Big Alan Farley coming out. Cullyhanna happy to let Farley have it. He's not renowned for being a ball player. He's a stopper. And here come Cullyhanna. It's Kieran McCooey. Kieran McCooey gives it to Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent shoots it. Damien, what he tried to do, he tried to kick it off this. He knew the wind was going to, if he kicked it with the inside of his boot, the wind was going to put it across the face of the goal. So he tried to kick it off the laces, but he left his angle too narrow. He aimed for the near post. He should have aimed for the far post.
Yeah, and that's the breeze probably done that. If it had been just no breeze, that was over the bar.
Without a doubt.
There's two balls in the field.
Yes. So just watch the midfielders here. So you've got Mal Mackin out supporting midfield here as well. He's picking up Stephen Morris. You've got Shane Conlon marking Oisin O'Neill. Ball's kicked out among them all. Oh, ball's still there, and it's Cullyhanna who have it.
There's great tackles getting in there, and it's starting to boil here in the athletic grounds. Well, the referee's going to have the ball up. Well, I think he should have let Mal Mackin have that ball there. So a strange one there, and then of course you threw the ball up again, a bunch of men, that causes aggravation as well.
Oisin O'Neill moving the ball quickly there. He gets it to Paddy Stoddard. Paddy Stoddard plays down there. This is where Rian O'Neill's going to cause bother to Cullyhanna. Running into space, getting the ball. He'll get on the end of this too if he can. Well done by young Kyle Carr. Kyle gives back to Mickey Mack, and Mickey Mack, with the wind, Damien, he should have been kicking that to the far post and trying to bring it round.
Well, we've seen that in the first half. That's exactly what's happening down there. But looking out here, I don't see any sweepers in play here at all.
No, it's man for man all over, and that's the way. That's why both of these teams are where they are. These teams have both finished in top four of 1A this year. Two of the better teams in the county, and they play good football, good hard football. So ball kicked out here. Pierce Casey rises again, and he gets a hand in it. Shane Conlon gets the break. He's under tremendous pressure applied by James Morgan. It's down the field to Ross McQuillan. Ross hand pass it off to Francie O'Rourke. Connor Nugent, he's going to have to look in field. He's in trouble here, boys. He does well. He gives it to Mickey Murray. Mickey Murray, he just soloed it at the wrong time. Ross McQuillan plays with the outside of the boot, and James Morgan's going to intercept that. Good hands from James, and James gives it to Rico Kelly. Rico looks downfield, kicks it with the outside of the boot, right into the guts of Kyle Carr. Kyle looks up, tries to kick it into Rian. Can Rian get it? Can Rian get a run on Kieran McKeever here? He's going to try and look out. He turns, he kicks it with the outside of the boot. He uses the wind, and a sumptuous point by Rian O'Neill, his fourth of the game. Damien, there's no marking him.
You just said it all there. A sumptuous point. Don't know what that means, but it was absolutely gorgeous. It was beauty.
But
Damien, everything.
Kieran McKeever got blew up a few minutes ago for holding on to him. So you don't hold on to him. That's where he ends up. He ends up away out at the sideline. He'll throw a wee dummy. He'll get in, and he's got good feet. So he's kicked his fourth point. He's hard to mark, Damien. Big kick out. Won by Oisin O'Neill. Oisin powers away, gets the yards. He gives it to the runner, Stephen Morris. Stephen Morris chips one up and over the bar. This is the thing about Cross. You keep with them, and they just keep tipping away at the scoreboard.
And that's exactly what they do. They have confidence in all their players. There's no sweepers, man to man, and everybody has a responsibility, and everybody knows exactly what they have to do. And again, a lovely score, and that just put Crossmaglen ahead here.
So it's 9-1-3. Ball's kicked out again. This time it's Jason Duffy who's out in the midfield to win possession. Here they come on the attack. It's back to Ross McQuillan. Ross McQuillan, he's looking lateral. He's coming lateral. Kieran Hui can drive up over the 45. He plays it back to Mal Mackin. Mal gives it inside to Shea Hui. Shea Hui tries his luck with the outside of his boot, but the wind is a huge factor there, Damien. The further out you are, as soon as the ball goes in the air at all, the more it's going to play with it. And he tried to kick that sort of with the outside of his boot, but as soon as the wind caught it, it was going to take it away there, wide of the right post. So a short kick out here to Alan Farley. Farley's going to get a bit of contact here. Ball went out. So Ross McQuillan made sure and let Farley know about it. Because McQuillan wanted to let Farley know that they're up for a 2, you know. The big fullback wasn't going to come out and have it all his own way. Shane Conlon's going to kick this. Again, the wind. He tries to pick out Malmackin. Oh, he almost kept it in there. The wind nearly kept it in, but it's gone out for a goal kick. So good intensity here. 9 points to 1-3. 20 minutes gone. 10 minutes to go to half time. And you don't want half time to come, do you?
No, you just wanted to keep going on here. That's for sure.
Cullyhanna will be looking for half time to get a bit of the wind in the second half. Pierce McKeever. Jesus. The ball was dropped 3 times there. Here they come over. Kieran McCooey. He's coming left footed. He steps inside and he gives it to Kieran Hui. Kieran Hui turns this way and turns that way. Gives it back to Kieran McCooey. Kieran McCooey turns. He's under pressure from Garvin Kiarher. He's pulled down by Garvin Kiarher. And there's a head-high challenge.
Well, there was a free definitely in front of the goals as well.
Well, Damien, I'm going to say this. When you have players apologising to the referee, I think it's a fair indication that there's been a foul.
But earlier on, Cross got a free up here for McKeever holding on to O'Neill. Up at the top end here, the Cullyhanna man was pulled down in front of the goals. I think maybe the length, Murray's talking to, don't know what he said to the referee there, but this is the way this referee referees. He just lets it get on with it. Yeah. So
Kieran McCooey, he's going to try a long one in, but are they looking for a long one in? Kieran Hui would need to get in there. Mal Mackin's going to rise for this. And he's going to break to himself. Yeah, Mal, with all his experience, I should have known he wasn't going to get away with a lift ball there. Johnny McKeever done well. He kept him boxed in and got a hit on him. Rico's going to take this sideline ball. He's got the wind. He can afford to let this go. Although Pierce Casey has gone all the way back to stand in front of his full back line now at the minute. It's Johnny McKeever and an acre of space in the middle of the field. Conor Nugent doesn't know whether to go to him because he's going to create an overlap. Good feet by Johnny. Gives it to Paul Hughes, and we know Paul Hughes can move. Paul Hughes is about to be engaged by Pierce Casey, and he's kicked it wide.
Almost over the bar, that bar again. Probably the wind just pulled out to the right hand side.
Yeah. So look, let me see our latest stats. We've had 20 possessions to Cullyhanna and 19 possessions to Cross. 16 attacks to Cross, 15 attacks to Cullyhanna. 13 shots and 9 scores for Cullyhanna, or for Cross. 14 shots and 9 scores, and 7 shots and 4 scores for Cullyhanna.
And so that tells a tale.
Tells a tale. The more shots you get in, the more chance you have of winning. So for all Cullyhanna's possession, they've 20 possessions apiece now. For all their possessions, they're getting out round the middle. Perhaps the wind being a factor. They're not getting the early ball into their full forwards. When they did get the early ball in, Aidan Nugent was able to play havoc. The ball kicked out. Stephen Morris got his fist on it. Mickey Murray does ever so well, but he lost the ball. Ball played in right into the chest of Kyle Kiarher. Kyle Kiarher finds Aaron Kiernan. Aaron Kiernan shoots left-footed, and that normally means a score. Yeah, Crossmaglen extend their lead. It's 10 points to 1-3, Damien.
Yeah, I thought Aaron would give it across to the man was coming inside, but he knew just to go on, take it a little bit further out, and just clipped it over the bar. So a good point from Aaron Kieran. Used all his experience.
That's all experience. That's what that is. Because sometimes you can be over elaborate in that. Aaron knew the score was on, and scores will be at a premium in the second half for Cross, you'd imagine.
And of course the official attendance here, 4,017 souls have come out here this afternoon, and that's not counting those that are watching around the world in Australia and America, New Zealand, Tullydonald, Forkhill, Crossmaglen and everywhere else, Barra.
Yeah, Johnny McKeever's down injured there. He took the ball into contact. He got a heavy hit. There's a Cullyhanna man down holding himself as well. It seems to be midfielder Shane Conlon. He's up and about. Johnny just trying to get his breath back there maybe. Paddy Studdard walking out here. He's sort of shaking his head. He's talking to the line. He's don't know whether he's carrying a knock of that. He hasn't featured too much in this first half yet. He's such a crucial player for Crossmaglen.
And I have to say hello to Donald McKenna up there in Crossmaglen. He's watching the game up there in Murtis in Crossmaglen. Donald, a postman of legendary status in the Crossmaglen area. Of course, played for Armagh, played for Crossmaglen for many, many years.
There you are. Good stuff, Donald. We'll see. Johnny's going to put this in. There's 2-on-2 inside, and he puts it into Rain. Rain catches it and feeds it out. That's been worked on in the training ground. Mickey McNamee. And it's kicked right-footed by Johnny Hanratty. And a great score. That's his first. So it's 11 points to Crossmaglen and 1-3.
This game could pull away from Cullyhanna very, very quickly here, Barra, if Crossmaglen rats on another 2 or 3 scores before half time.
Yeah, and it's a right while from Cullyhanna got their last score. There's ball kicked straight out the middle. And Shehu, he jumped and he caught it, and he's got it the second time. And he bends to pick it up and was pushed in the back. And
well, the referee will not give frees for that, that's for sure.
That might encourage a bit of scrappiness in the game, I might suggest. But here's Kieran.
Well, as we look out here, Bar, Cullyhanna have only one man inside the 45-metre line. There's nobody else. Everybody's behind here.
Yeah.
So obviously Crossmaglen have put a line across the 45 and just telling Cullyhanna, okay, if you want to beat us here, you have to come past. You have to come past this 45.
Yeah, Malmackin gives it out wide here to Connor Nugent. Connor Nugent gives it to Jason Duffy, who injects a bit of pace to the attack. He feeds it back. And he's got Cullyhanna under extreme pressure here. Shehui kicks it right up in the air.
Well, that's like a Gary Owen, that's for sure.
And nobody jumped for Cullyhanna in the box. And a quick 1-2, and Crossmaglen are streaming out. But Paul Hughes plays inside the county teammate James Morgan. And back to Hughes. Hughes moving at speed, and he's up to the 21-metre line. So an option to pass it to. He's got Oisin O'Neill, and he gives it to Mickey McNamee, who kicks it left-footed, kicks it way up in the sky, and it's an excellent point by Mickey McNamee. His second.
And that got elevation, absolutely elevation there from McNamee. But again, Crossmaglen are kicking from distance here, and I would say, Barra, that if Cullyhanna don't hit up a couple of points here, they could be in trouble.
Yeah, they're Cullyhanna are really struggling with their kickouts now. They have done in the last 10 minutes. Johnny Hanratty was under a lot of pressure there, and Rain jumping for this. McKeever all over him. Rain gets the ball. He's got great hands. Damien, I don't know if I said that already.
And great feet as well. Very cultured footballer.
Good left foot. So they're looking at it in. Oisin O'Neill standing at full forward. He's screaming at Aaron Kiernan, put it into me. Aaron shoots instead and shoots wide. So Oisin O'Neill had found himself, he had left the ball off and found himself in on top of the full back and was screaming for the ball in. But Aaron fancied his shot. So we'll see Declan McCardle here again. And he's looking for runners, and he's got runners over this side, but the ball hangs up. Look, it's not going to go over the 45-metre line. Good lad, Mal. Only for Mal Mackin, where would they be?
Well, that was a good mark.
So here come Cullyhanna. They're really having to battle against the opposition and the elements to get up over it. It's great running here from Pierce Casey. He's taking it half the length of the field. He's going to have to lay it off, or he's going to get blew up for overcarrying. It's back to Ross McQuillan. Ross gives it to Jason Duffy. This is where Cullyhanna are getting unstuck, because Crossmaglen, they're man up, they're man for man inside. There's no obvious pass on, and they're intense in the tackling, Damien. So
yeah, well, Cullyhanna are going around the outsides rather than trying to penetrate the middle there. But when he was coming up with the ball a minute ago, there was nobody in the side line, and Casey looked up, there was nobody there.
Yeah, well, in the second half, it must be said, in the second half, they'll probably be able to. Unbelievable pressure there from James Morgan. Unbelievable pressure from James Morgan. So he done his best not to foul.
I think the referee says the Cullyhanna man was holding the Crossmaglen man's arm there.
Yeah, and the referee, if he's thinking like I'm thinking as well, he'd be thinking, you're not making any headway of getting forward here, and you're dillying on the ball, and you've got hit, and it's a free out. Rian O'Neill still on the ball. He's looking for his best option here. His best option might be he kicks it left-footed. That wasn't his best option, Damien.
No.
I thought he was going to use his afterburner again and take on McKeever. But McKeever's walking back into full back, and Rian O'Neill sprints as fast as he can to cut down the option of a short kick out to Malmackin. Rian O'Neill's really up for this game. Here comes the kick out again. It's kicked out to this side. It's going to fall for Jason Duffy and Paul Hughes. Paul Hughes wins possession. He's held up. And he blows up for overcarrying. And Damien,
that's what this referee is renowned for this, you know.
I know that.
You know, so if you think you're going to get a handy free, look at this. That's an awful kick there from Cullyhanna along the line. It didn't even go out.
That's not what Cullyhanna did.
I'll go in. It never went in. It stayed out.
Alan Farley. Damien, this is where it gets foggy when Cullyhanna go in and they try a physical approach in the tackle and that, and the referee blows it up and it's not blowing it the next one. There's a fine there. What's he going to blow?
He's going to have the ball.
Have the ball here.
So there's 3 minutes of additional time on here at the end of the game. The half-time score here, 12 points to Crossmaglen, 1-3 to St. Pat's Cullyhanna.
Johnny Hanratty can't be pushed off a ball. Does all he can. He racks about elbows and knees and gets it out to Aaron Kieran. Rian has to wait on the hop. He catches it. He's got Mal Mackin and Kieran McKeever for company. He's fighting for the ball. The ball's there. It's Mickey Mack. Mickey Mack takes on Kieran McKeever and feeds it to Oisin O'Neill. Oisin O'Neill trying to get back on his right. It comes out to Mickey, and Mickey chips it over the bar. His third.
Mickey just pulled on that one and just slided over the bar. You know, there was a lot of pressure being put on the man with the ball. There maybe could have been 2 or 3 frees given, but the referee just lets them play on. Ball broke out, and then Mickey just pulled on it and sent it over the bar.
Yeah, so I think it's 17 minutes from the last Cullyhanna score. Cullyhanna, for all the... Gamesmanship.
Well, we had a little bit of shenanigans going on last night in Las Vegas, and there's a wee bit of shenanigans going on there. There was a fair puff of wind between the two players there, and it must have caught the two of them because both of them went down. Referee issues a yellow card to one.
Yellow card,
and he's going to have the ball up. That's a strange call there now. So Johnny Hanratty picks up a yellow card. And the referee throws the ball up, and ball's still in. Well, the linesman says the ball's gone out, and we have 1 minute to go here. So
yeah, Rian O'Neill's going to take this sideline ball.
Substitute coming in here.
I think Damien, the players have all realised now that the referee's not going to blow for anything, so anything goes, sort of as we saw with that last tackle there. It's full-blooded as you can get here in the championship in Armagh.
Sean Connell's in for
Sean
Cullyhanna.
Connell's on for Conor Nugent, and that'll add a bit of steel to the Cullyhanna defence. Rian O'Neill dings this with the outside of the right, and just wide at the near post. Certainly give her the hook, Damien.
Well, Conor Nugent would be a good forward to be losing, particularly in the second half with the breeze. You know, he's a very skillful forward. But Sean Connell's not a bad player to be coming in. I don't know why he hasn't started. Must be injured.
Yeah, and not to be confused with Aidan Nugent.
Yeah, well, I know that. Yeah.
Forward,
yeah.
Conor, half time here in Armagh. So it's Cross Rangers 13 points and St Patrick's Cullyhanna 1 goal and 3. So Damien, for all the effort and huff and puff on that. And the goal, Cullyhanna getting the early goal, they find themselves 7 points in arrears.
Well, with the conditions here, Bar, you would need to be getting about 7 points ahead, I would imagine. I think Crossmaglen probably just about deserve to be 7 points ahead. There's no question about that. And don't forget, they've scored 13 times. Cullyhanna have only scored 4 times, so that's a story in itself. And there's no question about the referee. The referee, you know, if you're looking for a handy free in here, you're not going to get one. You know?
That's right. And you know, it's up to the Cullyhanna management to get the players G'd up and to get them revved up and to tell them scores are going to come about here. Yeah. Be patient in the full forward line. Get a quick ball in. Aidan Nugent showed in the first 10 minutes anyway that he has the beating of Rico Kelly when the ball comes in. The other forwards, Jason Duffy, Shea Hui, Pace to Burn, all they need is an early ball, Damien.
And Ross McQuillan as well.
Ross McQuillan. So all they need is an early ball in and get turning, so they can make serious head down in these bottom goals. Well,
in the first match, St Peters were playing with the breeze, and the breeze didn't help them at all right until injury time, the last 3 minutes of injury time, 4 minutes of injury time. That's when they sort of got the grips of the whole thing. But you have to say Crossmaglen have been the superior team in the first half. There's no doubt about that. And the referee, he lets it go. It's a hard, championship football. This is championship football, Barry. This is what we want. This is what the 4,000 people has come in here to see today. This is what the people have paid to watch on Linwood's Armagh TV to see. This is what we want. This is championship. This is pure, unaltered championship football. And as Kieran Donaghy would say to Joe Brawley, what do you think of that, Joe Brawley?
Yeah, but the thing is, Damien, unless Kevin Falloon's going to referee the county final then as well, a team could go out with the same approach in the county final and end up with 2 or 3 men black-yarded or yellow-yarded in the first 2 minutes, because it's been ferocious, it's been hell for leather, it's been hard-hitting, there's been no quarter asked or given, and that's fine, that's brilliant, that's everything, but unless that's a consistent approach, that referee's going to let that go in all games.
There's a simple answer to all that. Let him referee the final.
Yeah, let him referee the final.
That's for sure.
Let him referee them all.
Yeah, so, I have to say it has been everything that we expected. Thought Cullyhanna would have been a wee bit closer to Crossmaglen, but maybe the elements have the little bit of a favour in Crossmaglen, but we'll know that very shortly start of the second half.
Yeah. So, Damien, we'll maybe just, at this stage, we'll take a wee break for 5 minutes and get a cup of tea. So, come back and join us in the next few minutes on Linwood's TV for the second half of this semi-final, and we'll be back soon. Go on, Margaret.
Just lock the gate in case she runs away. She won't give her second name, but she says her boyfriend is for Cross. And the winning ticket number is number 5985. Number 5985.
No joy, BT, no? No.
Number 5985. Number 5985. seem to have a winner. There's one all the way from the far side. And the winner is Teresa B from the Silverbridge Harps Club. The match officials are back out onto the pitch, so all the children must leave immediately. Immediately, please leave the pitch as the officials are back out and the teams will soon be coming onto the pitch again.
Falcha Rover, Ash and Shawhick Park, the Luke Classy. Welcome back to us live here at Linwood's Armagh TV, where we're going to have the second half of this semi-final. Kieran McKeever out to centre half-back, where he's going to pick up Oisin O'Neill. Johnny Hannerty goes to midfield with Stephen Morris. I'm looking round, I can see Sean Connell is now picking up Rian O'Neill at full-back. The ball's in the air. They all jump, and it's going to be Cullyhanna who win the ball, although they push each other out of the road. Johnny Hannerty with a high tackle. It's Kieran McKeever. So Kieran McKeever will be stepping forward now to try and influence this game a bit more. Aaron Kiernan picks that ball out well.
It was a poor enough pass in, Barra.
Yeah. So James Morgan coming out of defence here, gives it to Aaron. Aaron takes a big hit. Bit of a shoulder in the back.
Well,
referee must be told at half time you're letting too much go, because he's blown very early in this half.
Well, as you talk about that, there was great discussion outside about the referee, and I met Shimmy Reevy, and Shimmy's Reevy come over and he says, the best referee I've seen all year. That's great, boy, there's nobody lying down out there for sure. So Seamus was enjoying the referee today, that's for sure. Yeah,
Rian O'Neill tackling ferociously over there, trying to get the ball back for Crossmaglen. I'd imagine their manager told them, look, we're playing again the wind. When we get the ball up over the half, fight to hold on to the ball, fight to keep the ball, and try and get a couple more scores than Cullyhanna got in the first half. There's a good ball in. Jason Duffy beats his man outlet. It's fed out to, I think it's Eugene Casey, if I'm not wrong.
But this is a huge 10 minutes for Cullyhanna here, Bar. They need to be getting scores here, and they need to be getting them quickly, because if they don't, the game is going to run away from them.
It's Duffy. And Duffy, Damien. Ball was played across to Jason Duffy there. He got his hand. James Morgan actually dispossessed him. He flicked the ball out. When the ball come back up on the bounce, Jason Duffy dispossessed him and put it over the bar. Great bit of play.
Yeah, and he worked awful hard to get that free, and that's a brilliant score for Jason Duffy.
Yep. So the ball's kicked out here, and it's kicked out towards Johnny Hanratty. Johnny Hanratty catches it and gives it to Aaron Kiernan. Aaron Kiernan has given it to Stephen Morris. Morris looks inside. He's going to come under pressure here. He come under pressure, giving it to Oisin O'Neill.
Okay, we have a couple of changes coming in there, Barra, for Cullyhanna.
There's the first race between Sean Connell and Rian O'Neill, and they were toe-to-toe. Mickey Murray done well there, giving it to Connell. And Shehui gets a big hit there, and gets another big hit.
So the referee just lets them play on here, Barra, but there is substitutes coming in at half-time.
Yeah, I can see Callum Comiskey there.
He's come in for Cross, don't know who come off.
28.
Gary McCooey's come in for Cullyhanna, and Eugene Casey's come in for Cullyhanna. So...
there's a slide tackle with a foot up. Kieran McKeever should have known better than to flick that up. But here's Paul Hughes. Paul Hughes will punish this. He gives it to Oisin O'Neill. Oisin O'Neill carries it on. He's got a...
Referee's giving the free.
And it's a free in for pulling the jersey there. Well, so I haven't been able to take a breath there, Damien. Tell us about the substitutions.
Well, the substitutions, in comes Sean Connell, and in comes Eugene Casey, and Caleb Cummins coming in for Crossmaglen. But just going back to the little tussle there between Kieran McKeever and Johnny Hanratty, 5 years ago the two men would have been knocking hell for leather out of each other. After the ball went away, they hugged each other.
That's right.
It's amazing what a bit of experience does for players.
Yeah, Kyle Carher's still on the field. I'm not sure that Mickey McNamee's still on, is he? Paddy Studdard is not on the field.
So O'Neill puts that one over the bar.
Okay, another point for Oisin O'Neill. And the ball about to be kicked out now. It's been a fairly hectic 3 minutes so far. As a point apiece, there's been a lot of action. The ball's kicked out, and a big long ball into Jason Duffy. Alan Farley gets his hand in it. The ball's boxed back along the ground by Rico Kelly, who Rico Kelly then hits Aidan Nugent on the way past. Some of the Cullyhanna players have taken great exception to that. When Rico Kelly fisted the ball out, he turned around to tell Aidan Nugent what he thought of it.
Well, we have a 45 here, but the news now coming in is young Kane McConville, the man who scored a parcel of points here last night for the Miners, who helped Crossmaglen win the Minor Championship. He's coming in, one of the young players. So he's now replacing Michael McNamee, and in comes man wearing number 31, and that's Kane McConville. So huge move here for Crossmaglen to have put total faith in this young man.
Yeah, there's a good point by Pierce Casey.
Pierce Casey scores that one.
That's his first.
Yeah.
From a 45.
So that's brilliant now, and young McConville comes into the game, and this will not annoy him in any way. He's getting a good welcome.
Well, Damien, look, I'm watching the kickouts, and we'll see how this young Crossmaglen goalkeeper copes with the wind. It's back to Shehu there. Shehu gets a shot away,
and he pulled it. He knew he just pulled it wrong there.
Yeah, so we'll look at the kickouts. The Cullyhanna goalkeeper Declan McCardle really struggled to get in the wind, so he's kicking them out as hard as he can. He's aiming for a player, but the ball's getting held up in the wind, you see. And let's see, can Jimmy McAvoy do any different? He looks over to the near side here. Kieran McKeever and Oisin O'Neill run for it. Kieran McKeever got his hand to it.
Oh, Kieran McKeever could be in bother here. The referee's reaching for the pocket. This could be a black card for Kieran McKeever. This could be serious for Cullyhanna.
Yeah, well, he's let everything else go in the game.
Black card
for Kieran.
Says he caught him by the foot. So Kieran McKeever ends the game here with 5 minutes gone in the second half. That's a huge blow for St. Pat's.
And it's Barry McConville who's going to come on for him.
Well, this, in relation to some of the stuff that was going on here in the game, to be sin bin for something like this, and it is true to the rules. Barra,
well, here's Aaron Kiernan, and he's played it right across to James Morgan. So James Morgan has an ocean of space in front of him, which he's happy to run into. He's up over the halfway line. He's going to come into contact here now, and he nails one down the line to Cian McConville. Cian McConville under all sorts of pressure out there. He tries to get rid of it, and he gives it away to Aidan Nugent. So it's hell for leather in there. There's all sorts of shenanigans off the ball.
Well, again, a few late tackles coming in here, but not a whole lot in them, Barra.
Yeah, Ross McQuillan tries to stretch things. He gets a 1-2 with Pearce, and he tried to flick it up to himself, and he flicked it straight to Johnny Hanratty. Johnny Hanratty gives it out to Aaron Kieran, and look how cool Aaron is in possession. Gets a 1-2 with Stephen Morris, and he's assessing his options. He's not going to be rushed into a pass. He looks inside, he steps inside, and a nice wee pass into Kyle Carroll. And Kyle Carroll win that ball all day when it's played into his chest. Ball's loose. Oh, ball's loose. Damien. Cullyhanna man went with his head for the ball. Ray O'Neill went with his boot. That was dangerous.
It's dangerous play, so O'Neill could be in a bit of bother here too. Yellow card.
Damien,
Well,
Damien, that could have went either way.
Lucky enough.
It's Gary McCoo going to take this free. He's inside the 45. It's starting to get dark here, Damien. Maybe could be doing with lights. Not that you have the control for the lights.
No, well, we're okay yet. We don't need the lights yet.
Big ball in.
But again, that's a poor enough ball to be given in. And Crossmaglen are just seeming to be able to control the ball come down. Cullyhanna, they're not getting good quality ball into the forward division here, Barra.
Not yet,
They're
no.
going to need to be doing that.
They are. Here's Johnny McKeever. And Johnny McKeever's had a good game. He's an out ball for Cross all day. He's going to stretch Mickey Murray here, but he'll do well to beat Mickey Murray for pace. He overcarries it there. Yeah. He gets a couple of hits there. I don't know what's going on here.
He was holding on there. The referee's going to be talking to. Well, let me see. He's walking.
Referee pulled his book out, and I'm not sure he knows who he's going to book. Is he going to book Johnny McKeever?
I think he is.
Well, Barry McConville's going to the far side of the pitch.
No, I think he
black
card because he was holding. So
he gave him a black. I didn't know what way. I thought Barry McConville could have been in bother there for grabbing him. But
McConville couldn't get away, so that would indicate that there's another little shenanigans off the ball here. So.
And the ball's away. We're looking to follow the ball.
Yeah, the game's going on here on the far side. So
Barry McConville not renowned for his shooting.
And he puts it up and he puts it over.
He
the
nails
ball.
one. And there's all sorts happening off the ball.
So.
And this is what we've been waiting on. They're getting rowdy down along the sideline. So
Barry McConville hit a massive point there. There's a man injured down here. The referee's coming over. The linesman's talking to the referee. And the referee will stop the game here, get a little bit of sense back into the game.
Well, now what the linesman says, the referee here, is anybody's guess, because there was all sorts happening there. There was boys running, across and throwing a shoulder into people. There was people lying down. There was
Paul Hughes down there, and in comes Big McKenna's come in now.
Big David McKenna's coming in.
Great to see David back into the game.
He's in some shape.
He is, yeah, and he seems to have lost a lot of weight, so he seems to be in good shape. McKenna, so the referee's looking for somebody now. He's walking, he's calling somebody over.
It's going to be Shane Conlon, I think.
Number 18, David McKenna. For number 10, Johnny McKeever, and that's a black card substitution. There were a hot check that McKenna is being...
Yellow card for Shane Conlon there.
Yeah, Brian Mallon called that before it happened. Brian knows the rules of the game here. So the referee, and he's going to be booking Paul Hughes, is he? A yellow card. So both of them gets yellow cards.
Yep.
So there we have it. Sands has prevailed now.
Great refereeing.
Yeah, so Sands has prevailed. The goalkeeper will be kicking the ball out, and everybody's saying, just everybody sit down. There's a lot of people standing in front here. Frank McCabe told to sit down.
What a
there.
ball.
What a catch. And Cullyhanna need to capitalise on this possession here.
Barry McConville with all sorts of skill out there. He's not renowned for, and he's away again. It's going to be a 50-50 with the keeper.
No. He's going to hit the keeper.
He
missed him.
he certainly wasn't going to pull out of it.
He was thinking about it.
Ross McQuillan wins the ball back for Cullyhanna. They're
But
inside
at
the
this
45.
stage,
Hold on, here's a long ball from Pierce.
But again, if we look out, Cullyhanna had no options on the inside line, and I'm telling you again, they should have a big man in on the square.
Well,
Mal in there.
Mal's almost on the square. He's playing in between the half forward line and the full forward line. He's running now for the kick out. Ball's kicked out. I was going to say it's a great kick out for Shane Morris. It sort of was curling away. Shane would be as well getting back on the field. Jason Duffy.
A poor enough pass down there.
Jason Duffy's quick, but he's not that quick. They kicked it into
Farley.
3 Crossmen, and it's James Morgan coming out of it. He gives it to Aaron Kiernan. Aaron Kiernan tries to burst away from Aidan Nugent. Does really well to hold possession. He gets it back again from Rico Kelly.
Aaron Kiernan just oozes ability and skill
and patience.
Everything.
And patience. The best quality about him is that he knows what's going on around him, and he doesn't panic, and he doesn't lose the ball too often. Stephen Morris on the ball, and he gives it back to Aaron. And Aaron does well, quick turn there. Cullyhanna man down holding his face. Morris gives it to Oisin O'Neill. Oisin O'Neill sidesteps a couple, and he's been stripped of the ball, and the referee gives a free in on that occasion. Thought Cullyhanna had done really well to get the ball off him, and but the referee had obviously seen something I didn't. The light's just coming on here now, Damien.
Yeah, you called for them earlier on, Barra, so you have the power of the light switch here in the athletic grounds, so on the come. But 12 minutes, nearly 13 minutes gone here, and Cullyhanna, they've only scored 2 points here in the second half.
Well, they're better
3
off.
points.
They're better off than they were at half time. There's 5 points in it now, where there was 7 at half time. If you were the Cullyhanna manager, you'd be saying, look, you need to kick on and get the next couple of points here. And we saw in the St Peter's game, there's a big effort. He's going to hang at the back post. Big McKenna kept it in. His jersey's pulled, and it's a free in. Look how simple you can win a free in Gaelic football.
Well,
the big unit just got his hand on it. He caught it, and when he went to turn, we pulled the jersey, and the jersey's that tight on him. You can see the pull.
A great stretch there by McKenna, and this gives Cross a very easy free.
It does, and Rian O'Neill will happily oblige, you'd imagine, to put this over the bar. And he does, and that's another for Rian O'Neill. That's his 5th of the game, his 3rd from a free, 2 from play. And the score is Cross Rangers 15 points, Cullyhanna 1-6.
That's a 6 point, Barra.
6 point, is
it?
Yeah,
6 points, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay.
4 frees and 2 from play.
And they're all up here, and it's Pierce Casey who catches it. You had a wee bit of afters there, unnecessarily from Cross's point of view.
He took the mark, and I thought it was a free, but I think maybe Cullyhanna thought it was a free, so it must have been the mark. The wrong man kicked the mark, and the ball's going to be happed up.
I thought he had blown for a free there.
Cullyhanna bringing in a substitution, and in coming Kyle Reid.
Yeah, Kyle Reid's... there's a story about Kyle Reid. Kyle Reid started off the year playing for the junior team.
He's replacing Shea Hoey.
He was averaging 11 points in the junior league this year, and lots of teams had said this guy's far too good for the junior league, why he's not playing for the seniors, and they brought him up into the seniors, and here he comes against Crossmaglen in the semi-final senior championship.
That should be a free for Crossmaglen there.
Well, Crossmaglen have the ball. Callum Comiskey dinks it outside of the boot to Kyle Carher, and as I said, Kyle Carher will win them all day. Oh, great tackling there by cornerback Sean O'Gerwin, who perhaps touched it on the ground. Sean O'Gerwin, he's a clegg of a cornerback. Good hands, and it's Oisin O'Neill. He tries his best to ding one in. It's on top of Rain. Rain gets it. Rain turns, he's blocked down. It's Kane. He jinks on his left, jinks on his right, gives it to Big McKenna, is it? And it was synchronised swimming is the sport that comes to mind. It was he threw his 2 heels up, went down, chin first to the ground, and the referee gives him free out for simulation. Is he going to book him for simulation? Yellow card. Raging. Right, and the free's going to be taken here and it's given back to the goalkeeper, Declan McCardle. McCardle gets it, and he's running with it. And he's going to keep
but again,
going.
As we look out, there's no movement from Cullyhanna out the field. There's no runners coming for the ball.
Well, Aidan Nugent's run for it, and he gets away from Paul Hughes, and he kicks it into Mal Mackin. Mal Mackin's baiting Farley to the ball, but Farley comes over the top of him, and Mal trying to get it up, and the bend, and nobody's bending, and they're all pulling, and it's a free in. Free in.
And Mal lifted it clean off the ground as well, so it's a free in, and this should be dispatched over the bar for St. Pat's.
Rico won't give the ball back. Will he move it in? No. There's a man down, injured, looks like. Who knows? It's Duffy. Yeah.
Jason Duffy.
Duffy, a key man for Cullyhanna, and they'll need him fit in this last 14 minutes. Yeah. He's a grandson of Big Tom, yeah? Yeah. And here's Aidan Nugent. He's going to kick this right-footed. Just outside the D, and he kicks that over the bar. And that's 1-2 for Aidan Nugent. And
5 points in it.
Cullyhanna will be hoping that there's a wee bit more in Aidan Nugent yet, a couple more scores in him. Goalkeeper not happy with the amount of error in that ball, so they're going to change it. No panic to kick this ball out. Cullyhanna will be hoping that there's a man free. Stephen Morris runs wide. He's not picked up. That's an excellent kick out. That's the kind of kick out you need to play against the wind, Damien. Ball's played down the line to Johnny Hannerty. Johnny dings it first time outside of the right. Cullyhanna full back, waited on it, and big Gary McCoy shouldered out unceremoniously over the line by Kyle Carher. What's the referee giving? Giving a 45.
Well, that probably should have been a free out because...
Well, 9 times out of 10 when you bend to pick a ball up and you're shouldered out over the line, you'll get your free, but not on this occasion. It's a 45 to Crossmaglen, which Rian O'Neill's coming out to take. It'll be a test again this wind. Damien, he'll do well to get it over from here.
Well, again, as we look out and see how strong the breeze is with the flags there, this would be a massive score if Crossmaglen put this over the bar. There's no doubt this would be a
huge psychological score.
Absolutely.
Even. He's going to have a go at it. This ain't going short. He takes a look at it. They're gathered in round. Big David McCanna's at the back post in case it goes that way. Rain runs up. He hits it. He's got plenty of air underneath it.
And that is a massive score for Crossmaglen. And I mean, that ball, if that had been 10 metres out, it still would have been over the bar.
Huge power in that foot, in that right foot of his, and great bit of kicking. Eugene Casey.
He grabbed that in the ground. The referee spotted that one. I'm saying here, Barra, I think Cullyhanna's going to need a goal here.
Yeah, they are going to need a goal, just like Ballymacnab and Mahary that needed a goal the other night. A goal for Cullyhanna here would certainly be of assistance. Mal Mackin's under all sorts of pressure. Eugene Casey, strong man on the ball. He puts one in. It's coming into the back post. Aidan Nugent just needed to get a palm on that, and he was on the back foot.
But he was on his own in there, Barra.
Yeah, Gary McCoy run in to help him. If he had any sort of a touch there, it would have happened. Look at Aaron Kiernan, belaying his age and getting away from half the Cullyhanna team. He gets it up to Big McKenna. McKenna tries to stretch the legs, feeds it back. There's There's nothing easy for anybody out there. Aaron Kiernan gets it and plays it down to Cian McConville. Not the ball Cian McConville wants. Damien.
No, he would actually just need a ball dropping in front of him and him
Yeah.
running on the ball.
Yeah,
You know?
in round the full forward position.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be chasing the ball out to the sideline. Ross McQuillan carrying the ball out of defence here.
But
He's-
again, the movement on the inside line, there's nothing here. There's 3 Crossmaglen defenders moved back in here.
Mal Mackin has the beating of Alan Farley at full forward, full back there if they can get it into him. Mal needs to swing at this. He puts it for the back post.
Lovely score from the
Well,
bit of
that-
Mal Mackin.
Great score by Mal Mackin.
That was a super score from Malachy Mackin.
Damien, there's an old saying, there's no substitute for class, and Mal Mackin was able to do that when he was under 12 and under 14, and he's still able to do it, and him near 40.
Well, he must be about near 40 because he's playing for. He's
But
30.
he's same as Brian Mallon. Brian Mallon said Simon, he's 40, so I don't know. Johnny Hanratty with a handoff there to Aaron Kiernan. Aaron Kiernan was going to give it out wide, but Callum Kumsky wasn't looking at it, so he gave it to Paul Hughes. Paul Hughes trying to get away. Mickey Murray get a good hand in there. Paul Hughes shoots left-footed. And that's a good score.
And Crossmaglen can just, they just go up the field bar and they can reply straight away after St. Pat's score here. So, Crossmaglen are in control of this game with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, well, that's a sign of a good team, Damien. They're economical. They're making the most of their chances. They're ruthless. They're getting the ball. You saw the intensity that Aaron Kiernan brought in getting forward. He had an absolute appetite to get forward and put his team on the front foot there, and that's where the scores are coming from. Oisin O'Neill had his 2 hands in that and it was boxed out of his hand. Shane Conlon gives it wide behind Jason Duffy. There's fist fighting on the 21. It's back to Ross McQuillan. Does very well to get inside his man there. Shoots right footed and puts it over the bar. A great point. So it's end-to-end stuff here.
It's definitely end to end, but I still think St. Pat's are going to need a goal to be in with a chance of this game at all.
5 points in it, 17-1-9. Gary McCoo done well to play that, to fist that ball down. Barry McConville, he gave a free in. Barry McConville lifted him up, swung him round and threw him down, and he's awarded a free. A yellow and a black. Is that for 2 simulations, Damien?
I'm absolutely mystified. I don't know. That's what the referee said. He was hit. He's giving him for pulling him down, but
okay.
McKenna's coming off and he's just looking and going, I don't know what's going on here. So,
no, David McKenna's the only one off. Yeah. So here come.
So
Cullyhanna
Crossmaglen
again.
down to 14 players here, but St. Pat's are down.
Look who Crossmaglen have as their full back at the minute. Rian O'Neill in sweeping. There's a shot from Shane Conlon.
Gone over the bar.
Oh, that would have been some ding.
Oh, I thought that was over the bar.
I thought the way he ran away from it, he was happy with it. But so we've got about 7 minutes of normal time.
I would have just loved to seen this incident here with McKenna again.
We thought it was going to be a
Free
for cross,
Crossman, yeah.
free for cross, but no. He has taken the mark here. Stephen Morris has had a stormer of a game. Aaron Kiernan, he's in the crowd. He's back over it. There's good fitness from Aaron Kiernan. And look at Kyle Carr. He's been doing this his whole life. He gets Cian McConville on the ball. Paul Hughes on the ball. He's going to shoot left-footed. That's a cracking score. And Paul Hughes' superior fitness is coming to the fore, Damien. There's 7 minutes left, and the half-back has got himself into forward positions. Again, the wind. This is what Cullyhanna couldn't do in the first half. He's getting up, he's taking responsibility, and he's getting the points for Crossmaglen. Super play by Paul Hughes.
Yeah,
It's
but you look at how hard Cullyhanna has to get the ball up the field.
Yeah.
Crossmaglen get the ball up the field with long kicks straight up the field. Cullyhanna passed the ball 4 or 5 passes, and then they give the ball away.
Rian O'Neill won a ball very, very
And look at Aaron
bravely there.
Carnes.
And look at Aaron. Aaron drives on. He's driving straight at the heart of it. He plays it to Kyle. Kyle does a sensible thing and taps her over the bar. Goal at his mercy. I remember us crucifying Mickey Bagan for doing something similar here for Ballymacnabb last year, but Good point there by
In comes
Kyler.
Phelan McCardle's coming in for Sean O'Garwin for St. Pat's.
Okay.
But I thought the Crossman was going to empty the back of the net there, but I suppose he probably done the right thing, just put it over the bar, because again, that's a soul-destroying score. 6 minutes left, Barra and Crossmaglen, 19 points to 1-9.
19 points to 1-9, yeah. So there's a short kick out with the wind, Mickey Murray, and here they come breaking forward.
Fireman is off.
Oh, Eugene Casey just Cian McConville was very unlucky there, Damien.
Now the referee's going to book him here.
There's very little you can do there when a man's swinging it. Either let him kick it or you try and flick the ball away, and he tried to flick the ball away and the free was given. So Pierce Casey gives it to brother Eugene. Eugene plays it into big Kyle Reid. Kyle knows where the posts are. If he can get a shot away, it's Eugene Casey with the shot, and that's a point. A much needed point. The score is 19 points to 110 to Crossmaglen. Cullyhanna need a goal.
They need a goal. They definitely need
two goals.
Well, they need a goal for the next couple of minutes here to be in with a chance, but they
That's
don't.
Great tackle. Pierce Casey just managed to wrap his hand around the ball and take it off Johnny McKeever. He's trying to bury his way through there. He's trying to drive his way through, which the Cross lads weren't going to let him do. Referee could actually have blew him up for charging there. The ball's thrown up. Mal Mackin just gets a hand in it, feeds it out to Eugene. Eugene swings it left-footed.
Just went to the right of the post.
Damien, they're the ones that Cullyhanna need to be going over if they're.
And they're going to run out of time here very quickly. 4 minutes left here. So 19 points to 110, 6 points in it here, Barra. And I just can't see St. Pat scoring 6 points on the bounce.
Can you see them scoring 2 goals?
Well, to be truthful, no.
Yeah, they haven't looked like creating too many goal chances in this half anyway. 15 done very well there, and it's played here. Kieran McCooey was caught straight down the middle of the chest by Aaron Kieran. Referee says play on. It was a good tackle. Callum Comiskey faced up by Gary McCooey. He gets away. He's looking for a pass. He's looking for an out ball, and right the way across the field is Johnny Hanratty. Johnny Hanratty gives it to Cian McConville.
And this is where McConville is good.
He's buzzing around. He steps inside Mickey Murray. He comes outside him again. He still has the ball. He does well to keep possession and gives it back to Callum Comiskey. Callum Comiskey feeds it across to James Morgan, and Morgan has Paul Hughes going off his shoulder. So Morgan says I'll have a run at it. Paul Hughes says I'll have a run at it. He sidesteps the tackle.
And I'll have a little pass inside
to Kyle. Kyle swings the right at it. It's not going over. Keeper comes out and catches it bravely. He's under a bit of pressure from Paul Hughes. It's Shane Conlon, the midfielder, who gives it out. And they tried Gary McCooey tried to play it into Mickey Murray, but didn't get it to him. Rico Kelly steps forward, solos, bounces, gives it out to James Morgan. So James Morgan approaching the 45-metre line. Feeds it back to Aaron Kiernan. So Crossmaglen at their leisure here, playing keep ball. Get to Rian O'Neill. Rian O'Neill try and make something happen now.
Well, Cross are just going to hold on to the ball here.
Rian plays it left-footed into Kane. Rian to Kane. 2 cousins. Good ball into Callum Comiskey. He's just happy to keep ball. Cullyhanna, this will frustrate Cullyhanna. Somebody's going to have to get a tackle in here. There's lots of free men.
And the 2 Crossmaglen men near knocked each other down to get their hands on that ball there.
Johnny's alright. Johnny's big strong fella, so he'll be happy enough. And this will run the clock down for Crossmaglen. Referee's going to add the name of Eugene Casey to his book. It's a yellow card for Eugene Casey. 19 points to 110, 19-13 with a minute of normal time to go. Paul Hughes takes the free and belts it down the field left-footed, finds Rian O'Neill. Rian O'Neill takes on Barry McConville. It's a foot race. He gets inside the 21. He gets inside the 14. He's a slip pass to Kane. Kane's inside the 14. Shoots for goal, and it's cleared off the line.
I thought that ball was in the back of the net, and young McConville knew exactly what he was doing there, but the defender just came out of nowhere.
That was superb defending, in fairness. That Phelim Savage, I think, with a last ditch.
Oh, there's it there. Look at that there. We had it there.
Yeah, and it's going to be 45.
Sometimes I forget about this instant replay that we have here, but it looked every bit as good in the replay as it did in real time.
So Rian O'Neill has 7 points so far.
Yeah,
7, and he's
5 frees, 2 from play.
He's going to take this 45 with time almost up. Here comes the indicator of no. It's going to be Aidan Rush who's coming on. Rian hammers this. He puts a lot of air on it. Gary McCooey comes out, catches it above his head, and gets it to Ross McQuillan. Ross McQuillan tries to get things moving forward, gives it to Jason Duffy. Barry McConville's got a bit of space out this side if they can find him. They go long instead for Mal Mackin. Mal Mackin, ball goes through his hands, and it's Kyle Reid. Kyle Reid faced up by Garvin Carraher, gives it back to Mal. Mal gives it to Jason Duffy. Jason's...
Well, he's been fouled there.
I'm going to say he's being fouled by 2 men. Eugene tries to be very casual there and flick it up to himself, but there's no room. There's no room in a county semi-final for fancy footwork.
25 comes out. Johnny Hanratty is coming out. Johnny put in a big shift, and then comes Aidan Rush.
Yeah, it's Mal Mackin. He gets a 1-2 with Jason Duffy. Jason Duffy shoots. It's going in the goal. It's going in the goal, and it's saved on the goal line by Rian O'Neill. Man's been everywhere tonight. There's a shot from Ross McQuillan, which goes over the bar, which takes the game back to 19 points to 111. Three minutes of extra time, at least 3 minutes of extra time, 5 points in it. And the referees, Johnny, good play by Johnny. Johnny knew his number was up, so he went to the far side of the field and he laps up the applause.
He put in a big shift here,
I'm going to say, well-deserved applause. He had a big game. He had
a dry smile,
He put in a big effort for Cross today. So did this man, Aaron Kiernan. He's been absolutely everywhere. He steps inside Ross McQuillan and plays the ball down the line. Aaron O'Neill runs at it. He runs in. He's faced up by Barry McConville. He turns. He tries to shoot.
Well, that's as good as a point at this stage. He was waiting for the runner. The runner didn't come, and he just took the shot. So that's as good as a point at this stage. Called 3 minutes, and with 32 minutes, so there's just less than a minute left.
There's just less than a minute left. Ball's kicked out. Jason Duffy jumps with Paul Hughes. That's caught by Conlon. Conlon gives it to McCooey, the centre half back. He chips it into Aidan Nugent, but the ball's won out by Garvin Carraher. Gives it to Aaron Kiernan. Aaron Kiernan dances away from Malachi Mackin. Malachi Mackin gives it to James Morgan. James Morgan under pressure plays it down the line. Eugene Casey gets in ahead of his man. He thinks it's his sideline ball, but it's not his sideline ball, so he puts the ball down.
You have to give Crossmaglen credit here. Crossmaglen came into this game and they were very confident that they could beat Cullyhanna, and to be fair to them, Barra, they've ticked all the boxes. They've done what's needed to be done. Their big players stood up.
Aidan Rush had a sideline ball in the last minute of normal time, and he kicked it straight to Cullyhanna man.
And look who's on the ball.
Aaron Kiernan. He's been everywhere.
If you were to give a man of the match to Barra, who would you give the man of the match to?
Well, for overall effort, Aaron Kiernan second to none. He was peerless today. Johnny Hanna did a good game, but Rian O'Neill, a full forward, was imperious. I'm going to use another word, imperious. Full-time whistle is blown. It's 19 points to Rainey and Crusher, Crossmaglen Rangers, and 111 to Cullyhanna. Rian O'Neill, I thought.
Between Aaron Kiernan and Rian O'Neill, and what we'll do is here, we'll give the seniority a chance here. Joe McManus will make the call. Rian O'Neill or Aaron Kiernan. So Joe McManus goes with Aaron Kiernan. So
probably no arguing with Joe.
You couldn't argue with that one there, but you have to say Crossmaglen definitely have sent a big message out here to Ballymacnabb and the rest of Ulster, we are here, lads, and we mean business. And you have to say, they looked mighty, mighty impressive there.
Yeah.
The big players stood up. The O'Neill stood up. You had Arn Kernan, even big Johnny Hanratty done the business, put in a big shift there as well. So Michael and McNamee done well. Kyle Carher, Paul Hughes, James Morgan.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, Ballymacnabb are going to have to be at their absolute best to compete with Crossmaglen if they're to prevail in the county final. They're going to have to come up with a plan for Ryan O'Neill. They're going to have to come up. Ryan Kennedy, he's been a cracking full-back for Ballymacnabb all year. He's going to have his hands full with Ryan O'Neill, a full forward. Well, Ryan O'Neill's some talent, Damien.
There's no question about that, and hopefully he'll be back in Armagh's colours next year. But I suppose if you wanted to plan for Crossmaglen, build a wall, Barra. Build a big wall.
No, well, a fortnight today, the county final will be Crossmaglen Rangers and Ballymacnabb, so it'll be all eyes on that, and we'll be hoping for a good game there.
No doubt about it. And we have to say congratulations to St Peter's winning the other semi-final. Congratulations to Crossmaglen winning this one. And Barra, we'll all have to do this again in 2 weeks' time.
In 2 weeks' time. Good luck. The best of luck. I forgot to mention the other night. The best of luck to Crossmaglen Camogues, who are in an Ulster final next Saturday. I've been asked to wish them all the best.
Yeah, the very best of the girls for that one.
Very best of that. And as it is, thanks for joining us tonight, and hope you enjoyed the coverage. And we'll be back in a fortnight with the intermediate final and the senior final. So, from myself and Damien and all the team at Armagh TV, Slán agus Bannacht.